Good evening. Notice is hereby given of the regular board meeting of the Board of Education of the Town of Westfield in the County of Union, New Jersey at 5:30 p.m. on the evening of Tuesday, May 12, 2026, in Cafeteria B of Westfield High School, 550 Dorian Road, Westfield, New Jersey. The board will move immediately into private session to discuss matters rendered confidential by state and federal law, including negotiations and personnel matters. The public portion of the meeting will resume at 6:30 p.m. The purpose of the meeting is to transact the regular business of the board and to transact any other business to come properly before the board. This is to advise the general public and to instruct that it be recorded in the minutes that in compliance with Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of 1975, entitled the Open Public Meetings Act, the Westfield School Board on Thursday, May 7th, 2026, caused to be posted at the office of the Board of Education, located at 302 Elm Street, Westfield, New Jersey, and delivered to the Westfield Leader, NewJersey.com, the Westfield Library, Town Clerk of Westfield, Tap into Westfield, District website, and Patch.com, a meeting notice setting forth the time, date, and location of this meeting. Patty, can we get a roll call?
Rob Bonaccio, Ken Diamond,
Here.
Patrick Duffy,
Here.
Layla Morelli, Sonal Patel,
Here.
Kristen Sonic-Schmeltz,
Here.
Julie Steinberg,
Here.
Anthony Tessitore,
Here.
Mary Wickens.
Here.
Great. Patrick, how do you feel about doing flag salute? You want to lead us in flag salute? Let's do it. Okay, we're going to approve the following resolution to go into executive session. Resolved that the Board of Education, I have to make a motion, don't I? Do I have to make a motion for that? Or I'm good? Do I have to make a motion? You're going to read it and then you're going to ask. Got it, okay. Resolved that the Board of Education move into private session for the purpose of discussing matters rendered confidential by state and federal law, including negotiations and personnel matters, and be it further resolved that any discussion held by the board which need not remain confidential and the results of this discussion will be made public as soon as practicable. Can I get a second? Layla? And then we'll all in favor vote. Yep. Okay, we're in private session. Thank you.
All right, we're going to get started if we can. I figured in a room full of teachers, like if I needed help getting everybody quieted down, it would be pretty good. But so we're going to start. Normally, we would make you guys sit through all the wonderful stuff that we have to do as a board, but we decided we'd do the award part first. So I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Gonzalez to get us started.
Great. This evening, we have the opportunity to celebrate and recognize the excellence among our staff. So time and time again, we've witnessed the extraordinary commitment, talent, and care that our staff bring to our students and our school community each and every day. Tonight, we come together to recognize and honor those individuals whose excellence, leadership, and dedication have made a lasting impact. Their contributions inspire all of us, and we are proud to celebrate their well-earned achievements this evening. First up are the recipients of 2 awards generously sponsored by the Rotary Club of Westfield. For the past 34 years, the Rotary Club has recognized a teacher at the elementary level with the Charles Philhauer Fellowship Award. And 3 years ago, the Rotary Club introduced the Wayman Steengraft Award to honor any non-certificated staff member across the district for their commitment to service to the district. At this time, I would like to welcome President of the Rotary Club, Mr. Jim Healy, to say a few words about the Philhauer and Steengraft Awards.
This worked pretty well, yes, okay. Of course, these 2 awards by the Rotary Club are much more than just about singling out 2 educators, one a staff member and one a teacher. It's really in honor of a long connection between the Westfield Rotary Club and Westfield Public Schools. I could go back and name the superintendents who've all been members of the Rotary Club because they want to keep the community connection going. So I'm going to just tell a personal story. I hope it won't be too long. I don't think it will be. My youngest child was the 13th member of my family, direct descending from my father and his two sisters, who graduated from Westfield High School. 13 members of the same family. When my father was going through Westfield High, which at that time was not in this building, but it was in Elm Street School, he was a crummy student and he stayed back twice. But he had a teacher. I don't know if anybody remembers this teacher, because I had him also. His name was Boss Thompson, Mr. Thompson. He and his brother were teachers at Westfield High School. And Boss Thompson told my father, listen, you're no dummy. Stop acting out and get yourself together. And somehow he squeaks into a college way out in Ohio and then goes to medical school. Graduates from medical school, becomes a doctor, lands on Iwo Jima on the first day of Iwo Jima, and comes back to Westfield to raise his 7 children. Myself and my siblings, 7 of us, we went to Westfield High and all public schools as well. By the way, we had a great elementary teacher whose name was known to history, Miss Clock. She was a kindergarten teacher. And I went to the same kindergarten where the kindergartens go now, Lincoln School, in 1955. You believe how old I am? So the story for me is, I had a great English teacher named Carol Nolde, and she and her husband also taught at Roosevelt. And she was beloved. At our 50th Westfield High reunion, we had a little reception or like a picnic the next day, after the party, at my backyard. And Mrs. Nolde came. She was about 80 years old at the time. There was a reception line about 30 feet long of all the students in my class who couldn't thank her enough for the dedication she gave. And, oh, you taught me how to write. And I'm talking about scientists, lawyers, doctors, who all felt that same thing. That's what the public school system is for. And all of you board members who serve voluntarily, you're supporting this system that has existed for so long and will continue to exist due to your service. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Healy. Now let's begin our recognitions with the Phil Hauer Fellow, McKinley Grade 3 teacher, Nicole Barca. Before we invite Mrs. Barca up to the podium to say a few words, Mr. Bonaccio, our board president, will read a resolution from the board, followed by remarks from Mrs. McCabe, and then we'll hear from Ms. Barca. So we'll begin with the resolution from Mr. Bonaccio.
We got to say the good stuff first. Whereas Charles Phil Hauer distinguished himself as an outstanding educator during 30 years of service as Westfield Superintendent of Schools from 1917 to 1947, helping establish Westfield as a premier school district in the state of New Jersey. And whereas the Rotary Club of Westfield has established a fellowship in memory of Charles Phil Hauer, co-founder and past president of the Rotary Club. And whereas this memorial is a fitting tribute to the importance of teaching in the early childhood and elementary grades and the nobility of the teaching profession. And whereas Nicole Barca, a 3rd grade teacher at McKinley Elementary School, has been awarded the 34th Annual Phil Hauer Fellowship for outstanding teaching, interest in children, and continued pursuit of professional growth. And whereas Nicole Barca is commended as being a caring, good-natured, and outstanding educator who maintains a warm, inclusive, and engaging learning environment, now therefore be it resolved that this Board of Education publicly expresses appreciation to the Rotary Club for establishing this award, and be it further resolved that this Board of Education sincerely congratulates Nicole Barca for being named the 2026 Charles Phil Hauer Fellow, a significant honor and a notable accomplishment. And be it further resolved that this resolution be presented to Nicole Barca on May 12th, 2026, and that a copy of this formal resolution becomes a part of the permanent records of this Board of Education. Now we'll start with Dr. McCabe, a few words.
Good evening. Thank you to the Westfield Board of Education and to the Rotary Club for recognizing our outstanding teachers every year. As you can tell from our applause, the McKinley community is so proud to have Mrs. Nicole Barca as this year's recipient of the Phil Hauer Award. When the news of Mrs. Barca's recognition spread throughout our school, there was a shared sense among students, staff, and families that this honor could not have gone to a more deserving person. Mrs. Barca radiates positivity and has a remarkable ability to make every student feel valued, supported, and cared for. Her classroom is a welcoming and nurturing environment where children feel safe to take risks, grow, and succeed. While students may not always remember every lesson that they are taught, they never forget the way a teacher made them feel. That could not be more true for Mrs. Barca. She holds her students to high expectations, both academically and socially, teaching them not only how to be strong learners, but also kind and compassionate people. She goes above and beyond every day in her commitment to elementary education and to the McKinley community. Mrs. Barca, thank you for your positive energy, your care, and your dedication that you bring to our students and staff each day. We are better because of you, and we are so lucky to have you at McKinley School. Congratulations, and thank you.
You're on, Ms. Barca. No worries.
A little eager. Okay. Good evening, everyone. I am truly, truly honored to be here tonight as the recipient of the Phil Hauer Fellowship Award. This recognition is especially meaningful to me as it honors not only my work, but also the students, colleagues, and experiences that have shaped my journey as an educator. I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to the Rotary Club for creating the Phil Hauer Fellowship Award and for your continued commitment to education and service in our community. Your support honors educators and reinforces the importance of investing in our students and the future we are shaping together. To our Board of Education, our administration, my principal, Mrs. Mary McCabe, and Superintendent Dr. Gonzalez, thank you for your leadership and for fostering a school environment where teachers feel supported, valued, and inspired to grow. To the committee who selected me for the Phil Hauer Award, I am truly honored. This recognition from such dedicated educators and community members means so much to me, and I sincerely appreciate the care and thought behind it. I want to take a moment to thank my incredible colleagues at McKinley and throughout Westfield. Your passion, creativity, and unwavering commitment to students inspire me every single day, and I am truly fortunate to work alongside you. I accept this honor with all of you in mind. To the families, thank you for your ongoing support. Your kindness, encouragement, and partnership mean more than you know, and I'm truly grateful to work alongside you. I'm deeply grateful to my parents, who can't be here tonight, my husband Joe, and our sons Thomas and Joseph, for their endless love and support. You are the foundation that allows me to give my best to my students every day. Thank you for celebrating every victory and every success and encouraging me through every challenge. I didn't become a teacher because I had all the answers. I became a teacher because I believe every child deserves someone who believes in them, encourages them, and never gives up on them. My journey to becoming a teacher began early in life. In 4th grade, when my teacher asked us to think about our future careers, I already knew I wanted to be an elementary school teacher. While many of my classmates were still deciding, I felt a quiet certainty that this was the path for me, and that feeling has stayed with me ever since. After graduating college, I began my career in 1997 teaching preschool. Working with 4-year-olds showed me just how powerful the early years of learning truly are. From there, I joined Franklin School as a para, where I had the opportunity to support students in new ways while learning from incredible educators. I later taught 4th grade at Wilson School, an experience that became an important and very meaningful chapter in my journey. Eventually, I found my home at McKinley, where I have the privilege to grow both personally and professionally, build lasting connections with students, colleagues, and families, and continue the work that inspires me each day. However, through all of these experiences, one constant has remained, and that is my students. So to every student I have had the privilege of teaching, both past and present, you are the heart of everything I do. Your curiosity inspires me, your resilience strengthens me, and your energy and laughter fill our classroom with purpose and joy. You inspire me to be the best teacher I can be. As you continue your journey, I want to leave you with this. Remember to always believe in your potential, even before you see results. Success is not about perfection. It's about perseverance, courage, and the willingness to keep going, even when things are difficult. Never underestimate what you are capable of achieving. In closing, I am deeply grateful to be part of such a supportive and inspiring community. A dream I had as a fourth grader has become the work I am privileged to do each day. Teaching has given me the gift of connection, growth, and the chance to make a meaningful difference in the lives of children. I am truly honored by this recognition and sincerely grateful for the support, encouragement, and kindness I have received along the way. Thank you for this incredible honor and for sharing in this moment with me tonight. I will hold this experience close to my heart always. Thank you.
Okay, now we get to move on to the Wayman Steengraff Award. At this time, we would like to honor this year's recipient, Mr. Francesco Dori, Assistant Head Night Custodian at Westfield High School. Once again, Mr. Bonaccio will read a resolution, followed by remarks by Westfield High School Principal Mary Esfendis, and then Mr. Dori will then take a photo afterwards.
Whereas Wayman Steengraff began teaching social studies in the Westfield Public Schools in 1942 before serving as principal at Franklin, Tamaulipas, and Wilson Elementary Schools. And whereas the Rotary Club of Westfield has established a fellowship in memory of Wayman Steengraff, a lifelong Rotarian, from 1966 to 2010, who served as club president and district governor. Whereas Francesco Dori, Assistant Head Night Custodian at Westfield High School, has been awarded the 4th Annual Steengraff Fellowship, which recognizes an employee who works full-time and is non-certificated with a minimum of 5 years in the Westfield Public School District, who is dedicated, kind, and supportive, and who has demonstrated a clear commitment to the students and staff of the Westfield Public Schools. And whereas Francesco Dori is commended as going above and beyond in his role as Assistant Head Night Custodian at Westfield High School, he is dedicated to supporting staff and ensures that every request is handled with efficiency, kindness, and professionalism. Now therefore be it resolved that this Board of Education publicly expresses appreciation to the Rotary Club for establishing this award, and be it further resolved that this Board of Education sincerely congratulates Francesco Dori for being named the 2026 Wayman Steengraff Fellow, a significant honor and a notable accomplishment, and be it further resolved that this resolution be presented to Francesco Dori on May 12, 2026, and that a copy of this formal resolution becomes a part of the permanent records of this Board of Education. Mrs. Fendis, if you'd like to say a few words.
Good evening. We are grateful for the support of the Westfield Rotary Club and the Board of Education and their recognition of the staff and teachers that make positive contribution to our schools and districts every day. Tonight, I am proud to recognize Francesco Dori as the 2026 Rotary Club's Wayman Steengraff Fellowship Award. As our assistant head night custodian, Mr. Dori is a positive example of hard work and professionalism. He is a true leader of his team and models the qualities of responsiveness, attention to detail, and pride in his work. He comes to work each day and always gives his best. In addition to his work ethic, teachers are thankful for the care he puts into his tasks, and he is always willing to lend a helping hand. He should also be commended on his patience guidance as he trains and develops the nighttime custodial staff. Congratulations, Francesco, on this well-deserved award.
Mr. Dori, come on up if you'd like to say a few words.
I want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you to Westfield High School. Thank you to the superintendent. And thank you to the principal. And thank you to Armando, Sean, and Jerry for trusting me to be assistant at the custodian. I want to thank all the custodian who work with me every day and accomplish everything that this school gives to us. We do this with honor, and we keep do this. And make sure all the teachers and kids be welcome to Westfield High School. We help them. I want them to feel safe, use the school. Thank you to everybody.
So congratulations again to Mrs. Barca and Mr. Dori, and thank you to the Rotary Club of Westfield for honoring our faculty and staff in this special way. Now, as we move on, for almost 3 decades, the Optimist Club of Westfield has given deserving credit to our intermediate school teachers by establishing the Intermediate School Outstanding Teacher Award in 1998. This year's recipients of the Optimist Club Intermediate School Outstanding Teacher Award are Edison English Language Arts teacher Jessica Mikovits and Roosevelt math teacher Linda Morrison. We are fortunate this evening to have members of the Optimist Club with us tonight. Optimist Club President Darielle Walsh and members Marty Galino, Jean Gennady, and Victor Mankowski. At this time, I would like to invite Mrs. Walsh to the podium to share a few remarks about the award.
Thank you. I'm Darielle Walsh, president of the Optimist Club, and congratulations to all the teachers being honored this evening. It's a pleasure to represent the Optimist Club and recognize 2 very outstanding intermediate school teachers for this award. The Optimist Club is a not-for-profit community organization that focuses on youth and the community. The Intermediate School Teacher Award, as Dr. Gonzalez said, was established in 1998 to recognize the nobility of the teaching profession and the importance of teaching intermediate school students, always a challenging time as they grow up. The award gives recognition and credit to distinguished intermediate school teachers who are dedicated to providing an academically stimulating, and supportive environment during this critical stage of adolescence. Students, parents, and colleagues were invited to nominate teachers and a committee of 4 Optimist Club members, and the 2 intermediate school principals reviewed the letters and selected the 2026 award recipient. This 28th annual award will be presented to the teachers at a dinner at Echo Lake Country Club on September 9th, where they will receive a plaque that actually some teachers that are here have been previous award recipients, and a stipend for them to use in their classroom. So we're very proud to be able to continue this tradition. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Walsh. Now, at this time, I'll ask Mr. Bernaccio to read the resolution first for Ms. Mikovits, before inviting Ms. Shaw, our Edison principal, to say a few words, and then followed by Ms. Mikovits. So, Mr. Bernaccio?
Whereas the Optimist Club of Westfield, a supporter of schools and children in the community for many years, has established an annual award for outstanding teaching in the intermediate schools. And whereas this award is a fitting tribute to the importance of teaching in the intermediate grades and the nobility of the teaching profession. And whereas Jessica Mikovits, an English language arts teacher at Edison Intermediate School, has been awarded the 28th Annual Intermediate School Outstanding Teacher Award for outstanding teaching, interest in children, and continued pursuit of professional growth. And whereas the nominations received on behalf of Jessica Mikovits describe her as exceptionally organized, thoughtful, and incredibly collaborative, now therefore be it resolved that this Board of Education publicly expresses appreciation to the Optimist Club of Westfield for establishing this award. And be it further resolved that this Board of Education sincerely congratulates Jessica Mikovits, representing Edison Intermediate School, for receiving the 2026 Intermediate School Outstanding Teacher Award, a significant honor and notable accomplishment. And be it further resolved that this resolution be presented to Jessica Mikovits on May 12th, 2026, and that a copy of this formal resolution becomes a part of the permanent records of the Westfield, New Jersey Board of Education.
Good evening, everyone. Dr. Gonzalez, members of the board, and members of the Optimist Club. It is a distinct honor to stand here tonight on behalf of Edison Intermediate School. We often talk about the heart of a school, that intangible pulse that makes a building feel like a community. Tonight, we are here to celebrate the person who, for so many of us, represents that very heart, Jessica Mikovits. Jessica's sophisticated understanding of the ELA standard and curriculum allows her to be uniquely authentic in her teaching. She doesn't just cover the material, she inhabits it, making the curriculum feel less like a requirement and more like a conversation. Every lesson she designs is thoughtful, every instructional strategy is purposeful, and every interaction she has is deeply, vibrantly authentic. If you walk into her classroom, you see an innovative educator who isn't afraid to try new things to spark a student's love for a story. Yet, despite the high energy of a middle school environment, Jessica is our calm in the storm. She is remarkably level-headed, meeting every challenge with a grace that anchors her students and inspires her colleagues, including myself. It's rare to find a teacher who is truly everyone's favorite, but Jessica has managed it. Students feel seen and heard in her presence. Parents trust her implicitly with their children's growth. Administrators rely on her as a pillar of professional excellence. Jessica, your positivity is a gift to Edison. You don't just teach English, you teach our students how to be thoughtful, articulate, and kind human beings. Please join me in congratulating the EIS 2026 Optimist Outstanding Teacher of the Year.
Hello, everyone. Thank you to the Optimist Club of Westfield, the Board of Education, Dr. Gonzalez, Ms. Shaw, for this incredible honor. Congratulations to all of tonight's recipients, and a heartfelt thanks to my amazing ELA department head, Liz Riley, and my entire ELA department for their constant support and friendship. I would also be remiss if I did not recognize the leaders who first believe in that 22-year-old version of me. Dr. Jacobson, Dr. Bolton, and Dr. Nelson. To my students, past and present, you are and will always be the most meaningful part of my job. Long after the lessons are over, what stays with me are the conversations in between. Things about your championship games, your bar and bat mitzvahs, your dress choices for the 8th grade dance, and even your pets. Every day you remind me why teaching is the best job in the world. I actually knew that I wanted to be a teacher back in 3rd grade when my Christmas list included an overhead projector, transparency sheets that I could print on, and the markers that would erase. I was lucky enough to get those things, though my sisters and my friends were less lucky because they immediately became my students, and they were assigned homework even during the summer. So for me, being a teacher was never really a question. And that certainty came from the remarkable educators that I had growing up right here in Westfield at Jefferson, Edison, and Westfield High School. Many of them would remember me by my maiden name, Jessica Ciampa. My parents worked so incredibly hard to give my sisters and me the opportunity to grow up in a community that values education the way that Westfield does, and I will forever be grateful for that. Now, teaching in the very classroom where I once sat as a student is quite surreal. It reminds me how quickly time moves, how deeply teachers can shape the lives of their students, and why it's so important to do your best, because you never know when you might end up sharing a classroom with a former teacher. Special shout out to Debbie Bezos. Finally, this award is especially meaningful because this is my first year as a working mom. My daughter, Lucy, has already changed my life in the most beautiful ways, and none of this would be possible without the unwavering support of my husband, Kevin, who I should also mention is from Westfield. Westfield runs deep in my life. Before this year began, I wondered and worried about how I would balance being the teacher that I strive to be with the mom that I want to be. And receiving this award has reassured me that not only is that balance possible, but that motherhood has made me an even more compassionate and present educator. So thank you all again so much. I am truly humbled and grateful.
So at this time, we're going to invite, we're going to read the resolution for Ms. Morrison. So we're going to ask Ms. Mikovits and Ms. Shaw to hang tight. We'll do the presentation and photo after we begin with the resolution for Linda Morrison.
On this one, I have just a quick personal note. I'm lucky enough that 2 of my kids have had Ms. Morrison as a teacher. Whether she feels as lucky to have had 2 of my kids as her students, we will leave to mystery. Whereas the Optimist Club of Westfield, a supporter of schools and children in the community for many years, has established an annual award for outstanding teaching in the intermediate schools. And whereas this award is a fitting tribute to the importance of teaching in the intermediate grades and the nobility of the teaching profession. And whereas Linda Morrison, the mathematics teacher at Roosevelt Intermediate School, has been awarded the 28th Annual Intermediate School Outstanding Teacher Award for outstanding teaching, interest in children, and continued pursuit of professional growth. And whereas the nominations received on behalf of Linda Morrison describe her as a great leader because she never lets us give up. Now, therefore, be it resolved that this Board of Education publicly expresses appreciation to the Optimist Club of Westfield for establishing this award, and be it further resolved that this Board of Education sincerely congratulates Linda Morrison, representing Roosevelt Intermediate School, for receiving the 2026 Intermediate School Outstanding Teacher Award, a significant honor and a notable accomplishment, and be it further resolved that this resolution be presented to Linda Morrison on May 12, 2026, and that a copy of this formal resolution becomes a part of the permanent records of the Westfield, New Jersey Board of Education. Mr. Yatman?
Thank you. I just want to take an opportunity to thank Dr. Gonzalez, the Board of Education, and the Optimist Club for recognizing the middle child, the intermediate school teacher. It is a pleasure to introduce this year's Optimist Club Intermediate School Teacher of the Year for Roosevelt, Ms. Linda Morrison. Ms. Morrison has become an integral part of the fabric of Roosevelt School and our entire community. Her impact is felt each and every day in her 6th grade classroom. Through her passion for teaching math, she brings energy, creativity, and a sense of excitement that makes learning both fun and meaningful for all of her students. Walk into her classroom at any moment, and you'll see her students collaborating, critically thinking, and genuinely enjoying the learning process. Beyond her instruction, Ms. Morrison is incredibly organized and intentional in everything she does. Parents greatly appreciate her clear communication and consistent weekly reminders, which help keep families informed, prepared, and connected to their child's learning. The level of communication and care does not go unnoticed, and it speaks volumes about her commitment to building a strong partnership with families. What truly sets Ms. Morrison apart is the way that she shows up for her students every single day. She is patient, supportive, and always willing to go the extra mile to ensure each child feels confident and successful. Whether she's offering extra help, encouraging a struggling student, or celebrating their achievements, small or large, she creates a classroom environment where students feel valued and supported. Her dedication, professionalism, and positive influence extend beyond her classroom and contribute to her strength of the entire school community. She embodies what it means to be an outstanding educator. On behalf of the entire Roosevelt community, it is with great pride that I congratulate her for the Teacher of the Year Optimist Club for Roosevelt School.
I'd like to thank the Optimist Club, the Board of Education, Dr. Gonzalez, Dr. Bolton, Dr. Greer, Mr. Getman, Mr. Brunson, Mrs. D'Alessandro, my students past and present, their families, my colleagues, and the many retired administrators and teachers who helped shape me as a teacher. I'm deeply grateful for my family for their patience and support through the years, especially during our family vacations and outings when conversations always came back to school and how I could bring those experiences into my classroom. My own children will tell you that I often refer to my students as my kids. Years ago, before online resources were available in the classroom, I once asked a manager at Applebee's for 110 paper menus for my kids. The manager assumed they were actually for my children. I explained that my students were like my children to me. I laminated every menu and used them to create real-world math lessons where students practice calculating tax, tip, and change. Today, those activities are all digital, but moments like that remind me how much teaching has changed. But what has never changed is the lasting impact we have on one another. Through my 30 years of teaching, I have saved letters from students and families that continue to inspire me. And yes, knowing me, they're all carefully organized in sheet protectors inside a very large binder. No matter where I am in the world, hearing Mrs. Morrison instantly brings a smile to my face. Over the years, I've been reminded that relationships built in school often last far beyond graduation. Students had traveled through a storm to attend my wedding, and years later, I've watched one become a teacher and attended another's wedding. I have mentored students who went on to become outstanding math teachers themselves. I have also shared meaningful moments outside the classroom by watching a holiday movie written by a former student with my family, visiting restaurants owned by former students who treat us like their own families, spending time one Christmas morning with a former student waiting for an organ transplant, and being invited to homes of former students who are raising families of their own. These experiences remind me that connections formed in school can last a lifetime. I think about the memories shared over the years, Roosevelt Rewards, Rough Rider Relays, student-teacher games, clubs. Oops. Math competitions, performances, sporting events, movie clips, and all the ways to make learning come alive. Students still tell me they remember and can still sing my order of operations song. Parents, students, and colleagues tell me that they refer to my weekly updates for Mrs. Morrison's math class even years later. This is truly an extraordinary community, and I feel incredibly fortunate to have spent my career surrounded by such kindness, support, and encouragement. I especially want to thank Dr. Shulag and the late Mrs. O'Brien for taking a chance on me all those years ago. This award means more to me than I can express, but the true award has always been the relationships, the memories, and watching students grow into remarkable people. Helping children believe in themselves by showing them that I believe in them has been the greatest joy of my life. Teaching has never just been my passion or my profession, it is my true purpose. I am profoundly grateful to have spent my life doing work I love in a community filled with heart. Thank you for allowing me to do what I love every single day.
So at this time, we'll present the recognition as well as take a photo. I'll invite members of the Optimist Club to join us in the photo. Okay, now we're going to turn our attention to the Westfield High School Awards of Excellence, a time-honored tradition in the high school community. The Robert and Linda Foose Memorial Award, named for a former principal and teacher, recognizes an educator who is a role model and an inspiration to the Westfield High School community. This year's recipient is World Languages Latin teacher, Mr. James Rowan. Social Studies teacher Jeffrey Knight is the recipient of the Jeffrey Family Above and Beyond Award, which honors a teacher who has made a difference in the life of a student. The Parent-Teacher Student Organization Outstanding Teacher of the Year Award honors a teacher who is encouraging, motivating, and a good role model. VPA art teacher Lee Jarvis was selected as this year's recipient. And then English teacher Caitlin Cheddar received the Distinguished Teacher of the Year Award, established to recognize a teacher who, through excellence in teaching and demonstrated commitment to intellectual pursuits, serves as a model and an inspiration to the WHS community. At this time, I'd like to invite Principal Mary Asfendis up to the podium to say a few words about this year's recipients, and then after Mrs. Asfendis' remarks, Mr. Bonaccio will read a resolution for each award recipient before inviting them to give brief remarks at the podium. Mrs. Asfendis?
Hello again. It is my privilege to introduce the members of our teaching staff being recognized this evening for the meaningful impact they have on our students and the broader school community. Through the generosity of our PTSO, private families, and alumni, we are able to honor 4 outstanding educators each year. This recognition is deeply meaningful, and we are grateful to those who nominate and support these awards, making it possible to celebrate the excellent work of our staff. To start tonight's Teacher Awards, I would like to recognize our 2026 Above and Beyond Award winner, Mr. Jeff Knight. Mr. Knight is an experienced and dedicated social studies teacher who has made a lasting impact at both the middle and high school levels. His ability to engage students and inspire a genuine love of the subject is a hallmark of his teaching. Beyond the classroom, Mr. Knight is also a celebrated boys swim coach, where he continues to mentor and motivate students, helping them grow both as athletes and individuals. As noted by one of his nominators, what truly set Mr. Knight apart is the environment he creates each day. His classroom is a place where his students feel supported, valued, and encouraged to succeed. He demonstrates a genuine care for his students, building strong relationships that extend far beyond academics. Mr. Knight consistently goes above and beyond for his students and our school community. It is with great appreciation and pride that we recognize him with the 2026 Jeffrey Family Above and Beyond Teacher Award. Congratulations, Mr. Knight. We are also proud to recognize Mr. James Rowan as the recipient of the Robert and Linda Foose Memorial Award. Mr. Rowan's passion for Latin and depth of knowledge are truly unmatched. Through his dedication and expertise, he has built and sustained a highly successful Latin program that continues to thrive. His commitment extends far beyond the classroom. He consistently is there for extra support, additional help, and regularly mentors individuals as they pursue their independent studies. Thanks to his efforts, Mr. Rowan's students achieve exceptional success, including outstanding performance on the National Latin exam and at the AP level. More importantly, he inspires a genuine appreciation for learning and scholarship in all of his students. He is known for his generosity with his time. Whether during his free periods or on the lunch block, his classroom is always an open, welcoming space where students feel supported and encouraged. His dedication, passion, and unwavering commitment to students make him truly deserving of this recognition. Congratulations, Mr. Rowan, on receiving the Robert and Linda Foose Memorial Award. For our next award, we are proud to recognize Ms. Leah Jarvis as the recipient of the PTSO Outstanding Teacher of the Year Award. Ms. Jarvis is an experienced and versatile art teacher who has made meaningful contributions across the many areas of curriculum and currently brings her creativity and expertise to her work in the crafts program. She approaches her teaching with both skill and heart, crafting lessons that engage and inspire her students. Known for her kindness and compassion, Ms. Jarvis fosters a classroom environment that is safe, welcoming, and inclusive. She is a model of empathy and respect, ensuring that every student feels valued and supported in their creative expression. Beyond the classroom, she is deeply dedicated to our school community. She plays an integral role in supporting events such as Arts on the Lawn and the annual District Art Show, helping to showcase and celebrate the many talents of our students. Her commitment to her students, her colleagues, and the arts make her truly deserving of this recognition. Congratulations, Ms. Jarvis, on being named the PTSO Outstanding Teacher of the Year. And finally, this evening, we are proud to recognize Ms. Caitlin Cheddar as the Westfield High School Distinguished Teacher of the Year. Ms. Cheddar is an accomplished and experienced English teacher who has taught across all levels of the curriculum, consistently inspiring her students to achieve at the highest levels, including in her advanced placement courses. Her dedication to academic excellence is evident in the success of her students, but what truly sets her apart is her commitment to developing the whole student. Beyond the curriculum, Ms. Cheddar places a strong emphasis on character, encouraging her students to be thoughtful, responsible, and positive contributors to society. She understands that success looks different for every student and works tirelessly to ensure that each individual is supported and challenged to reach their full potential. As a softball coach, she extends these values beyond the classroom, modeling teamwork, sportsmanship, and positivity. Her influence is felt not only in her instruction, but in the relationships she builds and the examples she sets each day. It is clear that Ms. Cheddar brings genuine passion and joy to her work, and that enthusiasm inspires her students to do the same. She is a highly valued leader in our school and her department. We are proud to recognize her as the Westfield High School Distinguished Teacher of the Year. Congratulations, Ms. Cheddar.
So at this time, we will read resolutions for each award recipient. After the resolution is read, we'll ask the recipient to come up to say a few words. Once all the recipients have been acknowledged, we'll then call all the recipients up to be able to give them their resolution and take a group photo before bringing the whole group of honorees up for a group photo. So at this time, I'll hand it over to Mr. Bernaccio.
And if there are any students who are here, please hang around because we'll give you some time to take a picture with some of your teachers as well. So I'll start with Mr. Knight. Whereas the Westfield High School Jeffrey Family Above and Beyond Award has been established to annually recognize a teacher or counselor who has truly made a difference in the life of a student, either socially, emotionally, or academically. And whereas this award is presented to Jeffrey Knight, a dedicated social studies teacher at Westfield High School, who is celebrated as an extraordinary source of support for me in ways that go far beyond the normal student experience. He combines strong teaching with genuine care for his students. Now, therefore, be it resolved that this Board of Education publicly congratulates Jeffrey Knight for receiving the 2026 Jeffrey Family Above and Beyond Award, a significant honor and a notable accomplishment. And be it further resolved that this resolution be presented to Jeffrey Knight on May 12th, 2026, and then a copy of this formal resolution becomes a part of the permanent records of the Westfield, New Jersey Board of Education. Mr. Knight, if you have a few words.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much for this recognition, especially to the Jeffrey family. I would also most certainly like to thank my family, Diana, Ryan, Libby, and Bridget, for everything they do for me. The administration of Westfield High School for welcoming me into their community. To all the students, athletes, and parents that I have crossed paths with, and without question, all of my colleagues, like Linda Morrison. I've had the opportunity to teach for 28 years, with 26 here in Westfield, and it has always been about the relationships. I have had the good fortune of getting to know so many amazing kids and their families. It emphasizes that this profession is about humanity. It's not necessarily about going above and beyond, it's just about caring. A simple hello can go a long way. It's also about letting people know that they matter. With that in mind, if I can impart a few closing thoughts, I would, so I will keep it brief. I would say choose kindness. Education is more than data points, test scores, and college placement. It's not just a business. We're helping raise future generations. Our impact can be immeasurable, and the kindness we show very well will lead to one of our students paying it forward down the line. Instead of being punitive, be positive. Don't take yourself too seriously. Make it about the kids. Be invested in their success and be human. They definitely appreciate that. Let us be a part of helping them become great people, not simply exceptional students. People will always remember who was mean or kind to them, so choose to be kind and always build them up instead of tearing them down. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, we'll move to Mr. Rowan. Whereas the Robert and Linda Foose Memorial Award has been established to annually recognize a member of the Westfield High School faculty who, through both excellence in teaching in the classroom and a demonstrated commitment to intellectual pursuits beyond the classroom, is a role model and an inspiration to the Westfield High School community. And whereas this award, whose namesakes were a former principal of Westfield High School and a former teacher, has been conferred upon World Languages Latin teacher James Rowan. And whereas James Rowan is recognized as an educator who is a dedicated teacher who puts in the time and effort to help his students as much as he can. Now, therefore, be it resolved that this Board of Education publicly congratulates James Rowan for receiving the 2026 Robert and Linda Foose Memorial Award, a significant honor and a notable accomplishment. And be it further resolved that this resolution be presented to James Rowan on May 12th, 2026, and that a copy of this formal resolution becomes a part of the permanent records of the Westfield, New Jersey Board of Education. Mr. Rowan, if you'd like to say a few words.
Good evening. I'd like to, first of all, thank the Awards Committee and any of those who made a nomination. This is, of course, a great honor, and I'm overwhelmed that I was the recipient of this. I've had so many colleagues and so many students over the years who, of course, you've heard many teachers say it, we take so much more from the students and from our colleagues than we ever give back. So I want to thank all of them, of course. I also wish to thank all of the building and district administrators over the years who have supported and allowed the Latin program to thrive here. There have been many times when there have had to been decisions made about odd class sizes, too big, and where are we going to move this to? So thank you very much for being willing to put up with that kind of good problem that Latin has sometimes had. Thanks also to this school board, members past and present, because it is really by your decision that Latin has remained a fixture in Westfield for more than 150 years. Westfield really stands out because of having a Latin program. I can't tell you how many times I've been talking to someone and they ask me what I do, and if I say I'm a Latin teacher, they automatically assume it's a private school. And I say, no, this is a public school that offers Latin, and they're very, very impressed. It really does make Westfield stand out because there's all sorts of places you can go to learn a lot of the other languages, which are great languages to study. I love languages. I've studied many of them myself. But Westfield really does make Latin a special thing. It's also important, too, that in today's world where there's so much argument, so much going back and forth, we really need people who can think clearly, and liberal arts, of which Latin is really the heart, is something that I think really makes people better citizens and better contributors to society. So thank you to everyone who has helped make that part of what Latin can offer here in Westfield. I also need to thank the town, of course. You are the ones who continue to send your sons and daughters into the Latin program. And you are the ones who support the board by electing these fine volunteers who have made these great decisions that have helped Latin stay here and honestly have given me the chance to do something that I love so much every day. Of course, I love being a teacher, but I especially love Latin. I always loved Latin. I started Latin here when I was a student in the Westfield Public Schools. And as we heard earlier this evening, yes, I'm in the same classroom where I learned Latin. So thanks also to my family. I need to thank first in time were my parents who decided to move to Westfield as a young couple and allowed me to go to the Westfield Public Schools and encouraged me to take Latin when that time came. Their constant support and love has, of course, been a great advantage for me. And education has always been important in my family. My mother was a teacher. My sister is a teacher also. I married a teacher. So, yeah, I've got something going on here with education. But thank you to that foundation. And, of course, as I just mentioned, my wife, Doreen, second grade teacher at Tamaulipas, for the past 15 years has really been my main support. And without her love and advice, I don't know how I could continue to do what I do. My three daughters also are a great support to me and a great source of inspiration. They know, however, that when it's midterm time or final exam time, you stay away from Dad while he's grading. Thank you so much for the recognition. I am going to remember this always as one of the highlights of my career. Thank you.
Next is Ms. Jarvis. Whereas the Westfield High School PTSO Outstanding Teacher of the Year Award has been established to annually recognize a teacher who is enthusiastic and motivating, encourages students to excel to their greatest potential, and is a good role model. And whereas this award is presented to Leah Jarvis, a dedicated VPA art teacher at Westfield High School, who is applauded as a great role model who motivates me to be as kind as I can to others. Now therefore be it resolved that this Board of Education publicly congratulates Leah Jarvis for receiving the 2026 PTSO Outstanding Teacher of the Year Award, a significant honor and a notable accomplishment. And be it further resolved that this resolution be presented to Leah Jarvis on May 12th, 2026, and that a copy of this formal resolution becomes a part of the permanent records of the Westfield, New Jersey Board of Education. Ms. Jarvis?
Thank you so much. I am so honored and grateful to receive such an award. To the parents, students, administration, and colleagues, I want my students to feel welcomed and creative every day in the art room. It's a little chaotic. We call it organized chaos. However, it feels bright and vibrant and thoughtful, with perhaps a little messy by the end of the class, but we get it back together again by next morning. After the awards were announced during homeroom, a student yelled out, "You were here 37 years? How do you do that?" And I said, "Because you make me part of your journey every day that I see you." And I feel young again, and I wake up the next morning, it's a different challenge, a different day. We have students that try new things, bring new ideas into the classroom. Sometimes we fail, sometimes we succeed, but we create in our own way, and that's what makes me feel good. Okay. It's such an honor. You've become my extended family, each of you. My classroom is my family. I have my family too, so thank you. What makes it more special is the full circle of the Westfield family itself. Former students have become teachers and professionals and have come back home, and I have their children now. So I thank you for trusting me to ignite their spark and create art, and that keeps me going and keeps me up every morning and full sleep ahead at night. And I want to thank you. And to the community, parents, administrators, and colleagues, thank you for these wonderful kids and for their love of the arts. Thank you for giving them the space to be creative and to trusting me to guide them through all these years that I have just been a part, they've been a part of my life, and thank you. I truly am blessed to call this my profession and walk into the room every day where there is never a dull moment. That's true. And only endless potential. So thank you again, and I am so honored and blessed. Thank you.
And next is Ms. Cheddar. Whereas the Westfield High School Distinguished Teacher of the Year Award has been established to annually recognize a teacher who, through both excellence in teaching and a demonstrated commitment to intellectual pursuits beyond the classroom, serves as a model and inspiration to the high school community to strive toward excellence. And whereas this award is presented to Caitlin Cheddar, a dedicated English teacher at Westfield High School, who is praised by her students for going above and beyond every day to make her students feel welcome and valued. Not only an amazing person, but an amazing teacher, she ensures each and every student is learning to the best of their ability, which means something different for everyone. Now therefore be it resolved that this Board of Education publicly congratulates Caitlin Cheddar for receiving the 2026 Distinguished Teacher of the Year Award, a significant honor and a notable accomplishment, and be it further resolved that this resolution be presented to Caitlin Cheddar on May 12th, 2026, and that a copy of this formal resolution becomes a part of the permanent records of the Westfield, New Jersey Board of Education. Coach, a few words?
I'm very grateful to be here and would like to extend my thanks to Dr. Gonzalez, the Board of Education, Principal Svendis, Mrs. Riley, and Mr. DeSarno, as well as to my English and Athletic Department colleagues. Thank you also to the Westfield High School in general and the larger Westfield community, past and present, for the opportunities and the experiences that have made up my career. When I think about the incredible teachers I've had the pleasure of knowing over the years, one truth emerges from those observations. Teaching is an art. But before an artist can create something meaningful, they need to find mentors who can help develop and shape their skills and experiences that inspire their work. In my years at Westfield High School, I have been taught that both students and teachers are expected not only to meet high standards, but also to uphold them. I have watched master teachers dedicate themselves to the growth of their students, working beside them as they pursue their academic goals. To borrow Derek Nelson's definition of leadership, these teachers lifted while they climbed. As a student here, this was modeled for me by people like Mrs. Hornish, who challenged students to believe that anything other than their very best effort was truly unthinkable. Or Mr. Ganji, who found ways to engage even the most reticent learners. These experiences shaped my perception of what school should be and were a part of the reason that I chose teaching. My experiences as a young teacher added to this as I came to further understand the value of demanding excellence while supporting those who are pursuing it. In these ways and in many others, I have had the true privilege of apprenticing under some of the finest teachers to shape the standards of this school. Through my years, I also learned that challenge is not the enemy. Instead, it is a beautiful muse, one that inspires and entices people to achieve greatness. Educators are responsible for the delicate balance between productive and unproductive discomfort. I've watched teachers and coaches at this school masterfully balance that over the years. When struggle is embraced and used as a tool for growth, students and athletes become convinced that they are capable of achieving things that once felt just out of reach. As a student athlete here at Westfield High School, one of the best examples of this was Coach McFadden, who induced struggle purposefully as a way to sharpen her athletes' skills and their confidence. Now, as a teacher and a coach, I see the impact of productive struggle every day, whether it's learning how to win and lose gracefully on an athletic field, or in an English classroom discussion about the complexities of the human condition. My colleagues inspire students to be their best by presenting them with challenges that lead to authentic growth. I've also learned that the final work of any artist rarely looks exactly like the original concept. By drawing up plans, a teacher sketches out an important outline of a lesson or a unit, but a lesson plan is always just a sketch. The best moments in a classroom emerge from the unscripted. The discussion or connection no teacher could have planned for, but every great teacher allows to happen. As a student here, my memories are full of the unscripted moments which breathe life and excitement into the days. In Westfield High School, these moments are achieved by prepared, principled teachers whose content knowledge and facilitation bring out the very best in their students. What begins as a lesson about a historic speech can transform into a debate about the ethical implications of language, reframing how students think about the era in which they live. Those are the moments when the sketch becomes something much more colorful. In my personal life, some of the people I love and admire most are teachers. My father, mother, and my husband. Each of them come at the profession with different styles and skill sets, but like all great teachers, they have centered integrity and commitment to their crafts. Their influence on me extends into all roles of my life: how I parent, how I act in friendship, and of course, how I teach. I'm grateful for their influence and I'm a better person because of it. Additionally, every lesson and decision carries the traces of the people who came before, but it is also greatly influenced by those that it was created for. In that, I want to thank the students, past and present, for being an inspiration and the reason for this great work that goes on in this building. So while I accept this honor, I do so knowing that whatever I have contributed in this profession carries the influence of the people who taught and challenged, supported, and inspired me along the way. Teaching is an art, but no artist truly works alone. For this community that shaped me as both a student and a teacher, I am very grateful. Thank you.
So at this time, I'd like to invite all of the high school recipients to join us on stage to receive your plaque as well as for the photo op.
We are back, going to get started to a slightly smaller crowd than we had before. Let's start with board announcements. We'll start from here and kind of work our way around. Patrick, do you have an announcement?
Arts on the Lawn is this Saturday, May 16th from 10:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. This free community event is open to the public and will feature live music, food trucks, raffles, concessions, face painting, and so much more. Live music will be provided by ensembles from Westfield High School, Roosevelt, Edison, and even some elementary schools. In addition, there will be an art display from our talented Westfield High School art department.
Okay. The District Art Show is less than a month away. The show will take place on June 2nd and 3rd at Westfield High School from 3 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Grab your free tickets online at wpsvpa.booktix.com.
In the morning, instead of going to Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, or struggling to make your own coffee, I invite you to Coffee with the Superintendent as it continues this month as an opportunity to learn more about the referendum projects and ask questions. The final two sessions will be held on May 21st at Tamacris Elementary and May 27th at Washington Elementary. We invite you to join us during morning drop-off from 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. Thank you.
Do Anthony first, then Julie. We'll come back around.
Westfield Public Schools will be closed on May 25th in observance of Memorial Day.
Congratulations to the Westfield High School boys golf team who won the NJSIAA North Jersey Group 4 sectional title. We are looking forward to honoring them at the Board of Education meeting in June.
The next regular public meeting of the Board of Education will be on Tuesday, June 16th in Cafeteria B at Westfield High School, beginning at 6:30 p.m. The meeting will be live streamed via the district YouTube channel, which viewers can access on the board tab on the district website. Thank you.
I think the announcements are done, so we'll move to a report by District Administration. Dr. Gonzalez.
Since we just recognized all of our amazing educators and staff members, I will keep my report brief and to the point. This evening, I do want to acknowledge that the final HIB grades under the Anti-Bullying Bill of Rights have now been posted to the website. In accordance with the New Jersey Department of Education mandate, the school district has released its 2024-25 HIB grade report. This report validates our fall assessment and confirms how effectively each school is upholding the Anti-Bullying Bill of Rights. As a reminder, schools are measured across 8 core categories with a maximum possible score of 78 points. The 8 categories include HIB programs, approaches, or other initiatives, training on the BOE-approved HIB policy, other staff instruction and training programs, curriculum and instruction on HIB and related information and skills, HIB personnel, school-level HIB incident reporting, HIB investigation, and HIB reporting. You can find the official report on the district website and each school's homepage, and we encourage you to contact your building principal if you'd like to discuss a specific school's report in more detail. That concludes my report this evening.
Okay. Next, we'll move to the high school student report. Ben?
Even after the whirlwind of the school year begins to see its end, WHS's students and organizations are still as busy as ever. As already shown throughout this year, our music department continues to set a standard of excellence both regionally and nationally. At the recent Central Jersey Music Educators Association Band Festival, the Symphonic Band earned a silver rating, while the Wind Ensemble secured a gold rating. The latter's performance achieved the second highest score in New Jersey, which has earned them a prestigious invitation to perform at the State Gala on April 26th. There are 2 major achievements from the WHS Choir Department. WHS Choir Leaders took home first place at the National Jazz Festival in the Philadelphia Convention Center, while the treble chorus and concert choir represented WHS in a headline performance at Carnegie Hall. Furthermore, WHS's clubs are continuing to serve as one of the many ways the high school remains connected to fostering a connective and supportive community. The Red Cross Club will be hosting a blood drive next Tuesday to take place in Cafeteria B. It will be open to the public from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. All students 16 and over, as well as community members, are encouraged to register to donate. The Bracelets for the Better Club have been working directly with our younger elementary schoolers, partnering with several classes to handcraft custom name bracelets as well as Be Kind bracelets in Westfield's signature blue and white. It was a fun way to bring spirit, inclusion, and connection intra-district style. Speaking of inclusion, the No Place for Hate Committee continues its mission of fostering an open environment in WHS by hosting its next book club on Thursday, June 11th, with a selection in honor of Pride Month. Our students also continue to excel in leadership roles and collaborative decision-making. From April 24th to 26th, the Youth and Government Club participated in its annual state conference, with students role-playing various legislative roles within state government. For the second consecutive year, WHS was named the premier delegation, with individual honors ranging from outstanding judicial brief to the election of new officers for next year. Several students were also selected to attend or be alternates for the Conference on National Affairs this summer, a prestigious, nationally recognized civics program. Last Monday, the student assistant counselors met with Mrs. Asfendis' Student Advisory Board to gather feedback on an upcoming World Cafe event. This initiative, which will mirror a successful session held with faculty last year, aims to set the environment for open discussion between students with the hopes of further integrating student perspectives into the school's decision-making process. We're looking forward to seeing what the SACs have to come up with. We also recently celebrated the academic achievements of our linguists during the World Language Induction Ceremony last week. Inductees were honored for their excellence in their studies of global culture and communication in the Italian, Spanish, French, and Chinese languages. Also newly inducted last week were members of the National Honor Society. These students exemplified the NHS's 4 core values of scholarship, service, leadership, and character. WHS is proud of all these students and their achievements. Finally, as we look forward to the end of the year, the SGA is busy transitioning leadership and celebrating our departing seniors. SGA elections will take place next week and will determine the president, corresponding secretary, and vice president of communications, meaning by extension the student that will fill this very spot next year. We are also excited to celebrate the class of 2026 with the senior sunset on Wednesday, June 3rd, followed by the senior picnic on Thursday, June 4th. Thank you.
Thank you, Ben. We'll move to our board committee reports. I think curriculum instruction programs, I think we have a report last meeting. Anything new for this? Okay, nothing new on that one. Finance and facilities, Kent, anything new from last meeting? I know we just met last week, so. And then last, policies, personnel, and governance. Sonal, I think you may have a report.
The Policy, Personnel, and Governance Committee met last Tuesday from 5 to 6:30 in the Westfield High School Student Center. In attendance from the board were Mary Wickens, Rob Bonaccio, Layla Morelli, and myself, along with administrators Dr. Gonzalez and Greer. The committee began with a review of a broad set of updated job descriptions across multiple employee groups. The committee reviewed job descriptions for administrators, educators, counselors, related services, custodial staff, as well as multiple other roles. During the review, the administration highlighted the process for updating the job descriptions to reflect common expectations associated with the general categories and to align with the district's observation and evaluation rubric. Following the review, the committee recommended placing these job descriptions on tonight's agenda for consideration and action. The committee also reviewed principal succession planning related to filling the Washington Elementary School principal vacancy with attention to future implications connected to full-day kindergarten. The committee supported the recommendations that appear on tonight's agenda. The committee then reviewed Regulation 5600, Student Discipline and Code of Conduct, and the review of stakeholder committee feedback received to date. Overall, the feedback from the committee was positive, with constructive recommendations for clarification and communication when it is distributed next school year. The committee discussed how the draft is intended to balance clear behavioral expectations with active student support and consistent procedures, and will continue to be refined based upon experience and feedback next year. The administration will incorporate the stakeholder feedback into the draft to be included on tonight's agenda for a first reading and a second reading on June 16th. Finally, the committee reviewed the requirements and planned timeline for the annual superintendent evaluation and steps leading to completion by July 1st. The committee discussed the process for the superintendent's self-evaluation, board member feedback, development of the draft evaluation document, and the anticipated executive session discussion and evaluation conference. The next PPG committee meeting is scheduled for June 3rd. Thank you.
Thank you.
The PPG also reviewed the staffing changes for both Washington and Lincoln School in that process. Is that right? So could you guys just tell us more about the plan that was reviewed during that meeting so that we can all understand and share that so that we can make sure everyone understands what's happening? Just make sure that we just share with the
Sure,
public.
I'll reiterate what's been shared with the board already. So again, per the retirement of Dr. Perry from Washington Elementary School, we found ourselves in a situation where we had the opportunity to fill that position in order to ensure a seamless transition into the new school year. Having the opportunity to look at our internal candidates, we have Dr. Jacobson, who has been recommended as our individual who will be leading leaving Washington for the upcoming school year, and in doing so, leaving an opening at the Lincoln Elementary School. And the Lincoln Early Childhood Center would then be staffed by an interim administrator, Mrs. Annie Corley Hand, and really giving us the opportunity to allow the school district to create a consistent leadership transition at Washington, while also giving us an opportunity to identify what the future administrative structure will look like at Lincoln Elementary School in 2 years when the full-day kindergarten comes online, and those 5 classrooms are then vacated as kindergarten classrooms, and our pre-K remain. So we engaged in conversations about that thinking, and again, shared all of that with the board over the last week.
Any other questions? Okay, excellent. All right, we're going to move now to recognize the public, but this is on agenda action items only. During this portion of the meeting, district residents and staff are invited to address the Board of Education on agenda action items only. These are the color-coded items marked at numbers 10 to 14 on the board's agenda. There will be a separate time for public comment on non-action items at the end of the meeting, so just hold on for that if that's where your comment is. As a courtesy, please allow current students and staff of the Westfield Public Schools to speak first. The board requests that individuals sign in and state their name, municipality of residence, and group affiliation if applicable for the record, the specific action items they're commenting on, and ask that all remarks be directed to the board president or their designee, not to individual members or staff. The board asks that members of the public be courteous and mindful of the rights of other individuals when speaking. Specifically, comments regarding personnel matters are discouraged and cannot be responded to by the board. Students and employees have specific legal rights afforded by the laws of New Jersey. The board bears no responsibility, nor will it be liable for any comments made by members of the public. If a matter concerning a district staff member is of interest or concern to a resident, the matter should be referred to the responsible building principal, superintendent of schools, or the Board of Education, either by telephone, letter, or email. Although the board may not respond to items raised during the public forum, all public comments will be considered. Please note that if any member of the public becomes disruptive during the meeting, the board president may terminate that participant's statement. Continued disruptions may result in removal from the meeting or adjournment of the meeting. Each speaker's statement will be limited to 3 minutes in duration. Okay. Seeing no one approach, I will close the first public comment. Again, there'll be a second one later. And let's move to some of the board action items. I will make a motion to approve the May 5th, 2026 reorganization board meeting minutes. Do I have a second? Second, Kent. We'll do this by voice vote. All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Julie's abstention. All right, that's noted. Next, we'll move to governance. Kristen, would you move the governance items, please?
I'd like to move item A under the governance section of tonight's agenda. Can I get a second? Layla. We can vote.
Rob Minaccio,
Yes.
Ken Diamond,
Yes.
Patrick Duffy,
Yes.
Layla Morelli, Sonal Patel,
Yes.
Kristen Sonic-Schmelz,
Yes.
Julie Steinberg,
No.
Anthony Tessitore,
Yes.
Mary Wickens.
Yes.
All right, that carries. We'll move to personnel. Sonal, would you move the personnel items, please? Personnel items, please. Sorry.
Okay, I'd like to move items A through Y under the personnel section of tonight's agenda. Can I have a second? Thank you, Kristen. Dr. Gonzalez, did you want to say a few words?
We do not have any retirements this evening, but on the agenda, and as referenced earlier, we will have the opportunity to vote on the appointment of Annie Corley Hand as the interim principal of Lincoln, as well as the transfer of Dr. Tiffany Jacobson from Lincoln Elementary School to Washington Elementary School.
I'll also highlight for the public item V on the agenda, which is the board's request to approve the final memorandum of agreement signed on 4/29/26 with the Westfield Instructional Support Staff. These are our paraprofessionals and the corresponding salary guides. That's also one for as part of the personnel agenda. Any questions?
Rob Bonaccio,
Yes.
Ken Diamond.
Yes.
Patrick Duffy,
Yes.
Leila Morelli, Sonal Patel,
Yes.
Kristen Sonic-Schmeltz,
Yes.
Julie Steinberg,
Yes.
Anthony Tessitore,
Yes.
Mary Wickens.
Yes.
Yep. At this time, I'd like to invite Dr. Jacobson and Mrs. Corley Hand to the podium just to say a few words.
Good evening, and thank you, board members, Dr. Gonzalez, and the Westfield Public Schools community for the opportunity to serve as the next principal of Washington Elementary School. I'm truly honored and excited for this, to enter into this role. Over the past 9 years, Westfield has become more than a district where I work, but a community I care deeply about. And serving as the principal of Lincoln School has been one of the greatest privileges of my career. I'm grateful for the relationships and experiences that have shaped me during this time. And as I transition to Washington, I do so with deep respect for the strong foundation that exists there. And I'm very excited for what lies ahead. I'm grateful for your confidence in me and eager to begin this work together. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, good evening. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm really very excited about this opportunity. As a lifelong early childhood educator, this is the perfect fit for me. And as a Westfield community member, we have Westfield school system is very much a part of our story. I had 2 kids that went through the school system. We went through Washington School and Roosevelt School and then the high school. My daughter liked it so much that she stayed. Now she's a teacher at Edison for the last 12 years. We are a family of teachers. My son is finishing his degree in special education as well. I worked in Berkeley Heights as the early childhood principal for 14 years before retiring 3 years ago. And when I retired, I thought I would slow down a bit and pick up some consulting. And instead, I signed on with a number of organizations, including Montclair University, All In for Inclusive Education, the Principals Association, and I started my own business. So I've been all over the state of New Jersey for the last 3 years, doing a lot of work in inclusive preschools and working with P3 educators and administrators in trying to improve outcomes in schools. So when this call came, it didn't take long for me to make the decision to accept the offer and become part of this team. So I am very excited to get started. I already had a bit of a relationship with Dr. Jacobson from some of the work that we've done at the Principals Association. So I think it will be a seamless transition. I'm hopeful. I said, if gas prices keep going up, I'll be fine because I'm a mile away from here and I can ride my bike. So it's going to be really nice for me to finally be part of this Westfield Schools and part of this team. So thank you so much for your confidence and your willingness to bring me on board. Thank you.
Last but not least, I know we now that we've passed the memorandum of agreement with the Support Staff Association, I just want to acknowledge their union president is here. I want to thank you for the work and for the partnership and collaboration here. I think we have an agreement that is well suited for the entire district. So I don't know if you want to say a few words or if that's okay. I didn't want to not give you the chance. It's okay. But I did want to acknowledge it. You got it. Thank you. With that, we'll move to the finance and facilities portion of the agenda. Kent?
Thank you. I'd like to move items A through N on the finance agenda, but before I do, I'm going to highlight some donations. We have a total of $800 tonight. We have $100 from the American Heart Association that's going towards Franklin Kids Heart Challenge, so thank you there. And again, the American Heart Association has donated 2 $100 gift cards towards the purchase of recreational equipment at Franklin. And lastly, we have an anonymous donation of $500, with $250 of that going towards the music classes at EIS music teacher Ms. Gant, and $250 going towards the music classes of Westfield High School music teacher Mr. Stanton. So thank you to all of those, and this brings our year-to-date school year total to $523,591.44. Thank you all. May I have a second, please? Thank you, Pat.
Pat?
All right. Rob Bonaccio?
Yes.
Kent Diamond?
Yes.
Patrick Duffy?
Yes.
Layla Morelli? Sonal Patel?
Yes.
Kristen Sonic-Schmeltz?
Yes.
Julie Steinberg?
Yes.
Anthony Tessitore?
Yes.
Mary Wickens?
Yes.
All right, next we'll move to the policy items. Sonal?
I'd like to move items A and B under the policy section of tonight's agenda. Item A is a first reading of policy Regulation 5600, Student Discipline Code of Conduct. And item B is policy 6471, which is school district travel. Can I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Kent.
Rob Bonaccio?
Yes.
Kent Diamond?
Yes.
Patrick Duffy?
Yes.
Layla Morelli? Sonal Patel?
Yes.
Kristen Sonic-Schmeltz?
Yes.
Julie Steinberg?
No to A, yes to B.
Anthony Tessitore?
Yes.
Mary Wickens?
Yes.
All right. Next is curriculum instruction and programs. Kristen? All right, Kristen.
I'd like to move items A through D under the curriculum section. A is for series of curricula for the visual and performing arts, which we discussed during last meeting's committee report. B and C are for field trips that we also discussed in last meeting's report. And then item D is for the new AP macroeconomics textbook, which we also discussed in last week's report. If I can get a second, please. Anthony?
Rob Bonaccio?
Yes.
Kent Diamond?
Yes.
Patrick Duffy?
Yes.
Layla Morelli? Sonal Patel?
Yes.
Kristen Sonic-Schmeltz?
Yes.
Julie Steinberg?
Yes.
Anthony Tessitore?
Yes.
Mary Wickens?
Yes.
Okay, I will call the board's attention to the notes for the record. There is no unfinished or new business presented in time for this agenda. Next, we'll move to any liaison reports, if anyone has any.
I just wanted to mention that the UC ESC Teacher Gala is on the 21st. I don't have tickets to sell, but I do have 50/50 raffles, and we are accepting donations in case anybody is interested. And we are continuing to move along with our plans for construction. There have been a few delays, but it continues to move forward with plans to have all 6 schools in Westfield by 2028, I believe, at this point.
It's a lot of work. Thank you. Any other liaison reports? All right, we will move now to the second public comment section. At this time, we'll recognize the public to invite the board. To address the Board of Education on any topic within the board's purview. As a courtesy, please allow current students and staff of Westfield Public Schools to speak first. The board requests that individuals sign in and state their name, municipality of residence, and group affiliation, if applicable, for the record, and asks that all remarks be directed to the board president or their designee, not to individual board members or staff. The board asks that members of the public be courteous and mindful of the rights of other individuals when speaking. Specifically, comments regarding personnel matters are discouraged and cannot be responded to by the board. Students and employees have specific legal rights afforded by the laws of New Jersey. The board bears no responsibility, nor will it be liable for any comments made by members of the public. If a matter concerning a district staff member is of interest or concern to a resident, the matter should be referred to the responsible building principal, superintendent of schools, or the Board of Education, either by telephone, letter, or email. Although the board may not respond to items raised during the public forum, all public comments will be considered. Please note that if any member of the public becomes disruptive during the meeting, the board president may terminate the participant's statement. Continued disruptions may result in removal from the meeting or adjournment of the meeting. Each speaker's statement will be limited to 3 minutes in duration. After you.
Hello everyone, my name is Alice Manzo and I'm a senior at Westfield High School. I'm committed to play Division I lacrosse at Penn State in the fall. After many years of playing a sport, I learned the importance of properly fueling my body by knowing what to eat right before game, how to recover after, and which foods help me prepare for training throughout the school day. The more and more I learned about eating nutritious whole foods, the more I struggled to find options at places such as convenience stores, rest stops, and especially at Westfield High School. I want to talk to you today about improving the food options at the high school, not just to improve students' sports performance, but to increase their ability to learn, their attention spans, and their overall health. I want to help address the unhealthy food crisis in our country, and it starts at our school. The American Heart Association recommends that the daily allowance of added sugar per day for teenagers is a maximum of 25 grams. Realistically, one should be having no added sugars in a day. And I went to every location in the high school where food was available and recorded all of the foods being offered to students. Here's a list of some of the snacks and drinks that are offered, including their added sugar content. Otis Spunkmeyer Banana Nut Muffin, 31 grams of added sugar. Oreos, 27 grams of added sugar. Pop-Tarts, 30 grams of added sugar. Dunkin' iced coffee, 30 grams of added sugar. Added sugars are not the only harmful ingredient in the foods being offered at Westfield High School. It is ultimately the ultra-processed foods that are harming these students. Ultra-processed foods are defined as industrialized manufactured food products that are derived from natural food or synthesized from other organic compounds. Ultra-processed foods are often low in brain essential nutrients such as omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, and vitamins that support memory and learning. According to a study that was conducted in 2022 by JAMA Neurology, they found that those who consumed more ultra-processed foods had a faster rate of cognitive decline over an 8-year period than those who consumed fewer ultra-processed foods. A study in Spain published by the National Library of Medicine examined how ultra-processed food consumption affects students ages 12 to 17. About 800 participants completed food surveys, and researchers compared their diets to their end-of-the-year grades. It was found that as ultra-processed foods increased in these students' diets, their grades in GPA, language, and English consistently decreased. This highlights a strong correlation between the foods we eat and our ability to perform in the classroom. Ultra-processed foods are associated with an increased risk of a dozen health conditions such as obesity, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and even depression. They are also linked to harm in every single major organ system in the human body. Red 40, blue 1, yellow 5, monosodium glutamate, corn oil, dextrose, malic acid, sodium acetate, disodium inosiniate, disodium glycinate, citric acid, corn methyldextrin are all the ingredients in the blue Doritos that are being offered to students at the high school. These are the ingredients that I'm not finished, but
It's all right. Take a couple of more sentences. You needed 3 minutes just to get through the names of those ingredients, so that's fine.
Okay.
And your team came to back you up, so just a couple more sentences and then go right ahead. We appreciate it.
Okay, these are the ingredients that I can barely pronounce, and they're definitely not something that you should have in your kitchen, which is why they should not be offered to our students. There are dozens of other highly processed foods being offered to students at WHS, including Lay's, Kettle Chips, Rice Krispie Treats, Cheez-Its, Mott's Fruit Snacks, Cheetos, Cheerios cereal bars that have zero nutritious value to our students and are only negatively impacting their minds and bodies. I promise I'm not trying to be entirely negative. There are whole food options at the high school, such as fruits and salads, but there's also yogurt and smoothies that are offered, but neither of them offer a list of nutrition contents or the ingredients. I have a lot more to say about what else can be offered at the high school, but I have a whole speech of everything on the packets that I can give out, if that's helpful.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. Yeah, we'd love whatever you have.
Okay.
If you can email over to the board, that'd be fantastic. We'd be happy to take it under
Okay.
consideration.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Eating plant-based whole foods can reduce and treat conditions such as type 2 diabetes, heart disease, chronic kidney disease, and autoimmune diseases. Not only does eating more of a plant-based diet help individuals physically, they also have extreme benefits mentally. For example, leafy greens such as spinach and kale are high in folate, which supports mood regulation and helps reduce symptoms of depression. Fatty fish, such as salmon, is a top source of omega-3 fatty acids, which supports brain health and reduces inflammation linked to anxiety and stress. Nuts and seeds, such as almonds and walnuts, are rich in magnesium, which promote relaxation and stress relief. Dark chocolate contains antioxidants and compounds that help boost serotonin, which is the feel-good neurotransmitter. Berries, such as blackberries and strawberries, are rich in antioxidants, which support cognitive function and protect against oxidative stress. Whole grains are rich in fiber and vitamin E and B, which all lower the risk of dementia. As you can see, the importance of whole nutrient-dense foods are crucial to one's brain and physical health. It is important to note that not a single one of these foods is offered at WHS. I believe that as a community we can do better for our students. Some of the options that I believe would best benefit our student body, both mentally and physically, long-term and short-term, and inside the classroom as well as outside the classroom, are RX bars, which have zero added sugars, very simple ingredients, and are high in protein, which supports lasting energy throughout the day. Nut snack packs. As seen through the evidence listed earlier, nuts are extremely critical for supporting brain health. I understand with the concern with having nuts in a cafeteria and in a school building, as I have a peanut and pine nut allergy myself, but there are other peanut snacks already being offered at the high school, such as chewy peanut butter bars. Another option is the Only Bean, which is an edamame snack pack that is very simple ingredients, no added sugars, and are high in protein.
I got to give you, there is a 3-minute to it, but if you could give it, kind of give us a little bit.
Of course.
Definitely please send us what you have.
Yeah.
But if you just give it a quick wrap, I got to have the rules go with everybody.
Okay. I want to be able to leave the school in a better way than I found it, and not only that, but to improve the lives of students' overall health as well. Yeah, and that's everything I can give.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Okay.
Hi, I am Riley Brickman. I'm a junior at Westfield High School. I'm here to propose the installation of ad blockers on all school-issued and district-issued Chromebooks. Benefits of this is it would remove distracting ads, it would make pages easier to read, make web pages load faster, increasing schoolwork efficiency. It keeps advertisers from tracking you across their websites. It reduces bandwidth, especially with important mobile devices. It reduces battery usage, blocks fake news. There are several companies that advertise fake news to attract readers on websites using these ads. They protect Chromebooks and other devices against malware, and they protect against inappropriate pop-ups that don't belong in a school environment. Prior to recently, students had used ad blockers installed in their personal accounts connected to their school-issued devices, but with recent policy changes, they're no longer able to do so because those accounts cannot be directly accessed via the school-issued devices, especially with district policies coming into place next upcoming school year, with the 26-27 school year, where students are mandated to use their school-issued devices. They will not be able to use personal devices to block against ads, etc. In total, this just increases efficiency, blocks inappropriate pop-ups, etc. It also increases processing speeds within these devices, which would benefit both students and staff. I know I had a class just today, I was taking in Berardi's class in social studies. He tried to show us a video just relative to Lincoln, and we had to wait maybe 30 seconds to get past all the ads. Same thing happens anytime in band class when we're trying to watch a video or listen to a piece, and it just really slows the whole process down. And as teachers and as administrators know, every second of those periods count because we're only given the 55 minutes a day, and every minute needs to be of use. Thank you. I appreciate your time. And thank you to Sonia Jensvold for bringing this up to me.
Thank you. All right. Excellent. Thanks everyone for all that, for coming out. I know it's especially on a school night. Very good. Excellent. Thank you so much. With that, I guess I will close public comment and I will make a motion to adjourn our meeting. Do I have a second? I'll give that to Sonal. All in favor by voice vote, please say aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions?